Happy Wednesday. It's another good day here on WTOL 11.
Yep.
And pumpkin spice is making for a good week here on WTOL 11. Nothing quite goes, though, with pumpkins like beer, right?
Right. Well, strange. It has been a very popular trend for years, so I visited a couple local breweries to see what's on tap. Well, I am pulled up to the bar here at Ernest Brewer, a downtown location. I'm with Scott Yarnell. You're the owner, right?
Correct, I am. I'm one of the owners.
All right, so you've got a nice looking beer here ready to go. This is your fall beer, one of them, but specifically we're talking pumpkins this morning.
Yes, this is Pumpkin Bliss. It was a beer that Keith and I, Keith's my business partner, we met as home brewers. We love beer. Me and one of us had in our home brew portfolio a spiced pumpkin beer. We really didn't like them. I hate to say that. I mean, I can't love them all. But so what happened is we kept getting pressured by our customers. Hey, why don't you make a pumpkin beer and stuff? So we thought we'll do it our way. So it is a German lager.
Okay.
Most pumpkin beers are ales. Ales come out a little sweeter. A German lager is a little cleaner. This is a German Dunkel. It's a dark lager.
Ooh, a Dunkel. Okay,
yes.
yeah.
And the spice mix is a little more subdued in some of these. It's not a big punch of spices. One of my barkeeps, Andrea, she brought in a pumpkin roll. So we got her recipe for spices for a pumpkin roll. I don't know the difference between that and pumpkin pie, but this is really good, though.
But it's really good.
Yes.
And as you said, the customers were sort of pressuring you for this. I imagine that people are happy with it. What's the feedback you're getting on this?
The feedback is good because it's not an ale, it's a little thinner. I mean, the beer people know what I'm talking about. Most everything you've ever drank in your life is a lager. And the Germans do great. If you've ever heard of the GAF, the German American Festival, you'll see there's a lot
I had a Dunkel at the German American Festival.
So this was a Dunkel recipe that we had the spices too. This is a pumpkin beer that Keith and I would drink. I actually do like this one. I mean, like I said, you can't love them all, but this is our version of it, and it sells really well. People really like it. We got it available at both locations, of Pumpkin Bliss, and it's available in cans also.
So what is it about pumpkin? I feel like it's like this huge craze. You're like, I don't know.
I don't know. We responded to the consumer's needs. Really, it is a good thing. I do like a pumpkin latte. I like that. Pumpkin spices are really good. It brings back, what, a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia with that. You smell that?
Yeah, okay. So where can you said it's in cans, but of course you have it at the tap rooms too. Where can people get it? And, maybe how long do you think you'll have it on tap?
We'll have it on tap maybe for 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and then you can find it on cans about that same amount of time.
Okay, well, I can't take a sip on the air, but you can, so cheers.
Cheers, thank you.
Pretty good, huh? Next, I headed to Inside the Five Brewing. All right, so now I am pulled up to the bar here at the Sylvania location. I'm with the owner here, Brandon Fields, we're talking pumpkin spice. We're officially fall. You've got a few offerings right now in terms of pumpkin. What is this one right here?
So right now, in front of us is our barrel-aged version of our mashing pumpkins. So it has been sitting in kind of Colorado whiskey barrels since this time last year.
Oh, wow.
So for about 11 months. So we just pulled it out and got it all ready to go to serve.
And then you have like a regular mashing pumpkins too, and there's a cool story here because you use some local farms to make this happen.
Yeah, so all of our pumpkin beers that we make, we partner with Gus Brothers Farms. We get all of our pumpkins from them, and then spend the time to chop them up, roast them in the oven, kind of blend them up, and from that we put that into our beer.
Very good. And then you have a basic beer coming out as well. What's in that one?
So we make a pumpkin spice latte style beer.
So of course it's called basic.
Oh yeah.
And why pumpkin beer? It seems like people are really into it.
That time of year. I mean, it's one of those, as you know, like the weather just turned. It was 9 degrees yesterday. Now it's in the 60s. So it's just one of those that once the weather, gets a little cooler, leaves start changing, everybody kind of, that nostalgia of going to the pumpkin patch. We'll have a few, the apple orchard well with some apple beers coming out. So stuff like that, where it's just those fall flavors. It's the only time you get them, and kind of unique to this area.
So as a brewer, how does this get your creativity going when it comes to coming up with these flavors?
just something unique. It's a very unique ingredient that you know, we only use during the fall. So it's one of those having fun with this beer in particular. We used Nana's pumpkin pie spice recipe. So Nana is obviously my mother-in-law, my kid's grandmother. She makes pies all the time. So it makes a pretty good pumpkin pie, and you know, she was nice enough to let me kind of use her spice blend. And from there, we transformed it into the beer.
So you owe her a little bit.
A little bit.
Maybe
There's a shout out to her.
A shout out to Nana for helping make some delicious beer. Well, thanks for having me in for a visit and do a little toast. Cheers.
Cheers.
To fall. So lots of options there.
Yeah.
Are you in yet, Stephen?
Pumpkin beer.
We'll see by Friday.
If we can get him on board.
Yeah, we'll see by Friday.
Yeah, we still have a few more days of course, Pumpkin Spice Week, so we'll get you over
Yeah,
there.
but he said a pumpkin spice latte style beer. That's really cool. I like that.
Right, and it's called the Basic.
Like,
Isn't that funny?
yeah,
They
that
call
is
it the
funny.
Basic.
Yeah, really cool idea there.
Yeah, so I actually haven't tried that one yet, but he also mentioned, both breweries mentioned, you know, it's really about timing with the pumpkin beer. If you get it out too late, people have moved on.
Okay.
So they really have to make sure that they get it out before really the end of October, or they're left with a bunch of it. You said the first year they didn't get the Basic out in time. And because they're waiting on the pumpkins and stuff too, it's about harvest time. And he's like, we got it out too late and we got stuck with
All
it.
you pumpkin people.
But
he's
he's like, people have moved on to the Christmas sales and stuff, so you have to get it in.
I love though that they got their pumpkins locally.
Yeah.
Just to have, you know, it's great to go out there. So it's like, great, I'm seeing this from the farm to the glass.
Yes.
I think that's great.
Not farm to table, but farm to glass.
Yeah, farm to
pretty
glass.
cool. Well,